Ever get the feeling that some businesses just seem to really get you? Like they know what you want before you even do.
Like they're reading your mind.
Exactly. They offer products or services that feel tailor-made just for you, and you're left wondering, how do they do that?
Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain and take a deep dive into how companies pinpoint their ideal customers.
Those folks they really want to connect with.
Right, and then figure out how to craft irresistible offers that feel like they were made just for you.
And for this little adventure, we're using a super interesting chapter from a marketing textbook.
It breaks down all the strategies behind this whole idea of creating genuine value for target customers.
And that's what we're really going to unpack here, the ins and outs of making sure a company's offering really hits the mark with the people they're trying to reach.
If you've ever scratched your head wondering about the secret sauce behind targeted marketing,
Or how businesses seem to know exactly what you need.
this deep dive is for you.
So to kick things off, let's lay the groundwork with the fundamental concept of a customer value-driven marketing strategy.
At its heart, it boils down to two really big sets of decisions,
All right, decisions number one, who are you going to serve?
right? Who's your audience? Who are you trying to reach?
And this is where these terms market segmentation and targeting come in.
Now, decision number two, what unique benefit or value are you going to offer them?
What makes you stand out from the crowd?
And that's where differentiation and positioning enter the picture.
But these four things, segmentation, targeting, differentiation, positioning.
They all work together, right?
Yeah, they're not just like separate ingredients you can just toss in a bowl.
Exactly. They're interconnected pieces of a complete recipe.
You can't really nail your positioning like how you want customers to see your offering.
Without first having a crystal clear understanding of the different groups of people out there in the market.
Right, and deciding which ones you're actually aiming for.
And then that targeting should be guided by your ability to offer something different and better than the competition.
You got to differentiate yourself.
Right, and ultimately deliver superior value to those specific customers you've chosen to serve.
It's all connected.
It all comes together.
All right, so to illustrate all of this in the real world, the chapter brings up a company that I'm pretty sure almost everyone listening has interacted with in some way.
Yeah, it's hard to escape these days.
We're talking about Meta.
Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, the whole family.
On the surface, these platforms seem like they're for, well, pretty much anyone with an internet connection.
Right, you just need a device and you're in.
But when you take a closer look, you start to see how incredibly targeted their approach actually is.
It's not just a free-for-all.
Not at all. So what's really striking when you think about your own experience with Meta is the massive scale at which they operate.
We're talking billions with a B of monthly active users worldwide
It's mind-boggling.
and accessing their platforms on all sorts of different devices, phones, tablets, computers.
They're everywhere.
This massive reach isn't just by chance. Though over time, Meta has really strategically honed its platforms to cater to an incredible variety of different needs and interests.
So think about it this way. The different groups you might belong to online, the specific content you engage with, the types of ads you see.
It's all part of a deliberate strategy to serve different segments of users with tailored experiences and advertising.
And speaking of tailored experiences, just think about your own scrolling habits on Instagram for a second.
How much time do we spend on that app?
Way too much. But the accounts you follow, the types of posts you stop and look at the ads that pop up in your feed,
It's often eerily specific to your interests.
it's like they're in my head.
Your hobbies, your age group, maybe even where you live.
That level of personalization isn't random. It's a direct result of this concept of market segmentation.
So let's unpack what market segmentation really means.
For you as a consumer,
Right, and for the businesses that are trying to get your attention and ultimately your dollars.
at its most basic, market segmentation is about taking a big, diverse market.
Like think of everyone who could potentially buy a certain type of product or service
Right, everyone who might be interested in a new phone or a streaming service.
and dividing that huge market into smaller, more distinct groups of consumers.
Groups that have things in common.
Exactly. These groups share similar needs, wants, characteristics.
And here's the important part. Those similarities suggest that these groups might respond best to specific marketing strategies.
A unite mix of product, price, promotion, and how the product is actually delivered to you.
The classic marketing mix.
It's about finding the right combination to connect with each segment.
And the reason why businesses go through all this trouble to slice and dice the market into these segments is pretty straightforward when you think about it.
Put yourself in the consumer's shoes.
Right, because one size fits all rarely actually fits anyone perfectly.
No, it doesn't.
What grabs the attention of a college student probably isn't going to do much for someone who's retired.
Different strokes for different folks.
Exactly, and a single marketing program is rarely effective in reaching and really satisfying everyone.
So by segmenting the market, companies can pinpoint these pockets of opportunity.
These groups of consumers whose needs aren't being fully met by what's currently out there.
Right. And they can tailor their offerings and their message to be much more relevant and appealing to you.
To each specific group they're trying to reach.
The chapter outlines several key ways that businesses approach this segmentation, so let's explore those a bit.
Sounds good. Let's start with geographic segmentation. This one's pretty easy to grasp because it's all about location, location, location.
Businesses divide the market based on where people live.
Simple as that.
Countries, regions, states, even down to your specific city or neighborhood.
Think globally. Act locally.
And what's especially interesting for you as someone living in a particular area is how geographic segmentation allows for these really localized marketing efforts.
So think about a small coffee shop in your neighborhood.
Their marketing is likely going to focus very narrowly on the people who live and work within a few blocks.
They're not trying to reach everyone in the city.
Exactly, just the folks nearby.
The chapter even mentions this rising trend of hyper-local social marketing.
Have you ever gotten a targeted ad on your phone for a special offer at a restaurant that's just around the corner?
Oh yeah, all the time.
That's hyper-local in action, using your location to send you really specific offers.
It's pretty amazing and kind of creepy.
A little bit of both.
All right, moving on. We've got demographic segmentation, which looks at characteristics like age,
Stage of life, gender, income, occupation, education level.
religious beliefs, ethnic background, even what generation you belong to.
These are often the first things that pop into your head when you think about different groups of people.
It's how we categorize ourselves and others.
And these factors are widely used by marketers because they often have a strong link to consumer needs and buying power,
Which you can afford.
right? And this data is generally easier for businesses to obtain.
So, for example, a company marketing retirement communities, they're obviously going to be focusing on older age groups.
Makes sense.
Conversely, a company selling baby products will be targeting demographics associated with new parents.
It's about finding those common threads that link people together based on these shared characteristics.
All right, next up we have psychographic segmentation. Now, this one gets a little more nuanced because it delves deeper into your lifestyle, your personality, your values, even your social class.
It's about understanding the attitudes and beliefs that shape the choices you make.
Why you choose one product over another.
Psychographics can provide much richer insights compared to just looking at demographics.
It goes beyond the surface.
The chapter gives this really interesting example with Live Simply tiny home enthusiasts.
People who embrace that minimalist lifestyle.
Right, it's not just about income level or age. It's about a shared value of minimalism and sustainable living.
That's driving their purchasing decision.
Exactly. They're choosing to live in a certain way, and that influences the products and services they're looking for.
It's a whole mindset.
The chapter also mentions companies like Axiom with their Personix system. They develop these super detailed lifestyle segments
To help businesses target you more effectively.
based on these deeper psychological profiles.
So they're really trying to get inside your head.
In a way, yes. They're trying to understand the motivations and values that drive your behavior as a consumer.
Fascinating. Okay, so we've covered geography, demographics, psychographics, and finally we have behavioral segmentation.
This one focuses on how you actually interact with a product or service.
What you do.
It looks at things like when you buy something, are there certain occasions that trigger a purchase?
Like holidays or birthdays.
Exactly what specific benefits are you looking for in a product?
Are you a first-time buyer or a loyal customer who keeps coming back for more?
How often do you use a product? Your level of loyalty? How ready you are to make a purchase?
And your overall attitude towards a particular product or brand.
Behavioral segmentation is incredibly powerful because it zeroes in on your actions and your relationship with a product or service.
The chapter uses the example of Schwinn bicycles to illustrate benefit segmentation.
They cater to different segments by offering bikes designed for different primary benefits.
Competition, recreation, commuting.
Someone buying a bike for their daily commute is going to prioritize different things than someone looking to compete in races.
Right. The commuter wants durability and practicality.
while the racer is all about speed and performance.
It's about understanding what you truly value in a product and tailoring the offering to meet those specific needs.
Precisely.
Now, the chapter also briefly touches on intermarket segmentation, sometimes called cross-market segmentation.
This is when companies identify groups of consumers who have similar needs and buying behaviors, even if they live in totally different parts of the world.
So a teenager in Tokyo and a teenager in London might both want the latest smartphone features.
Exactly. In today's globalized world, there are often shared needs and desires that transcend geographic boundaries.
A company selling luxury goods, for example, might find a segment of affluent consumers in various countries who share similar tastes and purchasing habits.
Even though they're geographically diverse, their behavior as consumers of luxury goods might be strikingly similar.
So they're a segment, even though they're scattered all over the world.
Right, they're united by their shared interests and their purchasing power.
Okay, so we've spent a good amount of time talking about how businesses divide the market into these different segments.
Now comes the crucial step of deciding which of these segments to actually focus on.
Right. You can't go after everyone.
Not effectively anyway. So this is where market targeting comes in.
Choosing your target market.
Market targeting involves evaluating how attractive each of those identified segments is,
Considering factors like size growth, potential profitability.
and then selecting one or more segments to enter.
The chosen segment or segments become the company's target market.
The specific group of buyers sharing common needs or characteristics that the company decides it can serve best.
And there are a few different strategic approaches that a company might take when choosing which segments to target.
The chapter outlines a few of these approaches.
Let's take a look at them, starting with undifferentiated or mass marketing.
This is where a company essentially tries to appeal to the entire market with a single broad offer.
Assuming that everyone has relatively similar needs,
This is less common nowadays because consumer preferences are just so diverse.
we're all so different.
But think of something super basic like table salt.
Everyone needs salt.
The marketing for a product like that might be pretty universal.
Then we have differentiated or segmented marketing
This is where a company decides to target several different market segments.
and designs separate tailored offers for each one.
The Intercontinental Hotels Group is a great example.
Oh yeah, I've stayed at a few of their hotels.
They have all these different brands like Holiday Inn Express for budget-conscious travelers.
And Intercontinental Hotels and Resorts for those seeking a more luxurious experience.
Each brand caters to the distinct needs and expectations of its specific target segment.
Smart. All right, next we have concentrated or niche marketing.
Here, instead of trying to capture a small slice of a large market,
You go after a large share of a smaller, more specialized segment.
a specific niche.
So think of a brand like Ritz-Carlton, which focuses almost exclusively on affluent travelers seeking a very high-end personalized experience.
By concentrating all their efforts on this specific niche, they can really understand and cater to their unique needs.
And often achieve a dominant market share within that segment.
They become the go-to choice for that particular group.
All right, and finally we have micro-marketing, which takes personalization to the extreme.
This involves tailoring products and marketing programs to the very specific needs and wants individual customers,
Wow, that's getting really granular.
or to very small localized groups.
So when you think about truly customized experiences, that's often micro-marketing at work.
There are two main forms of micro-marketing: local marketing and individualized marketing.
Okay, let's break those down.
Local marketing involves customizing offerings and promotions to the needs and wants of local customer groups.
So thinking about that coffee shop again,
Exactly. They might offer special deals or promotions that are only relevant to people in that immediate neighborhood.
the chapter mentions Kroger's efforts to personalize their marketing based on the specific store and its surrounding community.
Then there's individualized marketing, also known as one-to-one marketing.
That sounds intense.
It is where companies tailor products and marketing to the needs of individual customers.
Like a tailor making a bespoke suit just for you.
Precisely, it's the ultimate form of personalization.
So with all these different targeting strategies, how does a company actually decide which one to use?
There are a lot of factors to consider.
It's not a simple choice.
Not at all. The chapter highlights a few key considerations.
Let's hear them.
First and foremost, a company has to think about its resources.
A small startup might not have the budget to go after multiple segments effectively.
Right, they might have to focus their limited resources on a very specific niche.
The nature of the product itself also matters.
For very standardized products, mass marketing might still be a viable option.
Like that table salt we talked about.
Exactly. But for Products that are more specialized or where consumer preferences vary widely, a more targeted approach makes more sense.
The stage of the product life cycle is another factor.
A brand new product might initially focus on a narrower segment of early adopters
Those folks who are always eager to try the latest and greatest.
and then broaden their reach as the product becomes more established.
Okay, that makes sense.
And of course, the company has to consider the overall diversity of the market
How different people's needs and preferences are.
and what the competition is doing.
If your competitors are already well established in various segments, it might be tough to break in.
You have to find a way to differentiate yourself and offer something unique.
All right, so we've segmented the market, we've chosen our target segments, the specific groups we want to reach. Now comes the part where we figure out how to make our offering stand out in the minds of those customers.
How to get them to choose us over all the other options out there.
And this is where differentiation and positioning come into play.
Two critical concepts in marketing.
Differentiation is about making your market offering different from and importantly superior to the competition.
And not just different for the sake of being different.
It has to be different in ways that are truly valued by your target customers.
You have to give them a reason to choose you.
Positioning, on the other hand, is about how your offering is perceived in the minds of those target consumers.
It's about creating a clear, distinctive, and desirable place for your product or service relative to the competition.
It's your brand's image, the story you're telling.
Exactly. And the link between differentiation and positioning is the value proposition.
The answer to the question, why should I choose your product?
Every customer is asking that question consciously or subconsciously.
What's in it for me?
The value proposition spells out how a company intends to create differentiated value for its target segments.
And what specific positions it wants to occupy within those segments.
What message does it want to stick in the customer's mind?
The chapter gives a helpful framework for understanding different types of value propositions that you encounter every day.
Let's walk through those.
Oh, first up, we have more for more.
This means providing the most premium product or service in a category
Top of the line, the best of the best.
and charging a higher price to reflect that superior quality features or service.
Think Mercedes-Benz, they're offering high-performance luxury, a certain status symbol.
When you buy Mercedes, you're buying into that whole package.
You're making a statement.
Then there's more for the same,
So you're offering comparable quality and benefits to a higher-priced competitor.
but at a more attractive price point.
You're giving them more bang for their buck.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Delivering high value without the premium price tag.
Nice. Then we have the same for less.
This is a really appealing value proposition for price-sensitive customers.
People who are looking for a good deal,
It's about offering standard, reliable quality.
but at a lower price than the competition.
Think discount retailers who focus on providing essential goods affordably.
Value for money.
And then there's less for much less.
So you're deliberately offering fewer features or a reduced level of service.
But at a significantly lower price.
Dollar General is a great example of a company that uses this strategy successfully.
They cater to customers who prioritize saving money above all else.
Sometimes you don't need all the bells and whistles.
Exactly. You just need the basics at a price you can afford.
And finally, we have the often talked about, but sometimes difficult to sustain more for less.
The holy grail of value propositions.
You're trying to provide more benefits and higher quality at a lower price than the competition.
It's a tough balancing act.
But if a company can pull it off, they can gain a significant competitive advantage.
Customers will flock to them.
The key takeaway here is that each of these value propositions can be successful if the company consistently delivers on its promise.
And if it truly resonates with its chosen target segment.
You have to walk the walk.
Exactly. And you have to choose a value proposition that aligns with the needs and desires of your target market.
The chapter also introduces this idea of positioning maps.
These are visual tools that show how consumers perceive different brands relative to each other.
On important buying dimensions like price and quality.
Or, in the example they give, price and the type of orientation for luxury SUVs.
So it's like a map of the marketplace in the customer's mind.
Right, showing where different brands are positioned in relation to each other.
These maps are super valuable for businesses to see how their brand is currently perceived compared to their rivals.
They can identify potential gaps in the market opportunities for unique positioning.
Or see if their brand is occupying the space in consumers' minds that they want it to.
So when you think about buying a luxury SUV, You might subconsciously have a mental map of the different brands.
And where they stand on price and off-road capability, for example.
Exactly.
All right, so all this focus on differentiation naturally leads us to the idea of competitive advantage
How does setting yourself apart actually give a business an edge in the market?
and make customers more likely to choose them.
By successfully differentiating its offering to create superior value for its target customers.
A firm gains a competitive advantage.
This means they can attract more customers, build stronger brand loyalty, and potentially command higher prices.
People are willing to pay more for something they perceive as more valuable.
Exactly.
And there are various ways for a company to differentiate itself. It's not just about having a better product.
Right. There's several key bases for differentiation.
Like what?
Well, they can differentiate based on the product itself, its design, features, performance, style.
Make a better product, basically.
Or they can differentiate through the services they offer.
Like exceptional customer support or faster delivery.
Right. Those things can make a big difference for customers.
The channels they use to reach customers can also be a differentiator.
A company with a super user-friendly website or a mobile app that makes shopping a breeze.
That can give them an edge.
And in service-oriented industries, the people they employ can be a significant advantage.
Their skills and customer service can make or break the experience.
And finally, the overall image and branding of a company can create a powerful sense of differentiation.
A strong brand can evoke certain emotions or associations that make customers more likely to choose them.
It's about creating a brand identity that resonates with your target market.
The key takeaway here is that a business needs to identify the right competitive advantages
The things that truly matter to the customer.
and then make sure their target market is well aware of those differences.
You have to communicate your value proposition effectively.
So to bring it all together, the complete positioning of a brand, all the benefits and reasons why a customer should choose it, is essentially its value proposition.
It's the ultimate answer to the question, why should I pick you?
Why should I choose your brand over all the others out there?
And the crucial thing for a business is to choose a value proposition that not only resonates strongly with its target segment,
But also offers a clear and compelling advantage over the competition.
it's the foundation for all their marketing efforts.
Well, this has been a really insightful deep dive into the world of creating customer value.
We've covered a lot of ground.
From segmenting the market to targeting the right customers to crafting a compelling value proposition.
It's all about understanding how businesses connect with consumers on a deeper level.
And hopefully this has given you a better understanding of the strategic thinking that drives customer-focused marketing.
These principles aren't just for marketing professionals either.
Right, everyone can benefit from understanding these concepts.
Whether you're an entrepreneur, a professional in any field, or just someone who's curious about how businesses operate.
It can give you a new perspective on the products and services you encounter every day.
So as you go about your day, take a moment to consider the brands you interact with regularly.
Do they seem to have a clear understanding of their target market?
Can you identify the specific segments they're trying to reach?
And what value proposition are they communicating to you?
Does it resonate with your own needs and desires?
It's definitely something to think about as you navigate the marketplace.
It can make you a more informed and discerning consumer.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
We'll see you next time.
For another exploration of the fascinating world of business and marketing.
Until then, keep those marketing brains engaged.
And we'll leave you with this final thought.
Consider the power you have as a consumer.
Your choices, your preferences, your values.
They all shape the marketplace.
And by understanding the strategies businesses use to reach you.
You can become a more conscious and empowered participant in the consumer landscape
So think about it.
and choose wisely.
We'll see you next time.
Bye for now.